All right, what we're going to be doing now is lighting a smoker. Simple process, but it's good to know how to do the correct way. I'm sure I'll get some comments that I'm not doing it the right way, and that's okay. People do it differently. We're going to use dry pine needles, what we're using. You can use other fuels. There's some commercial fuels you can buy in bags. There's dry grasses, straws, things like that. We're going to be using pine needles because we've got a pine tree right here in our apiary. And we're going to show you how to start this, hopefully. These are a little damper than we'd like. Okay, your smoker has got a bellows on it, pushes air through there to keep the fire going. So every time you give a puff of the bellows, you want smoke to be pouring out of here heavily. So that's what we're going to be going for. So let's get it started. Open it up. Got a little piece in the bottom here that keeps the fuel off the bottom. Drop that in there with the right side up. It's got air underneath, and we just simply light it up. All right, we're going to get it going pretty good here. Get a good fire going. Get a little air to it. We want a lot of smoke coming out of this. Almost ready to flame where we want it. It's about there. And there it goes. It's starting to flame. So we push it down. We're going to add a little more fuel. We're going to pump it again. Get it back to about that same level. That deep colored smoke. And of course, it's right in my boat. That's normal. We'll add a little more fuel. Stuff it down in there. Pump it again. Now, since we're only going to be going into a couple of hives here, that's going to be enough.
Yeah, flame coming out the bottom there.
Poke all these little excess down in there. Pump it again, make sure we got enough smoke.
Make sure it's that dark yellow smoke.
Almost yellowish gray smoke. There we go, that's what we want. Put that lid on there. Now there was fire shooting out the air input hole. Don't worry about it as long as you're not around anything flammable like we are. Okay, so that's how you light it. Every now and then, when you're setting the bee yard, when it's packed full, should stay lit for hours. Just give it a pump every now and then. Keep that fire going. All right, here we go. We're gonna get into this hive. Got your smoker going, make sure it's putting out plenty of smoke. All right, anytime you go into a beehive, have a plan. Don't just randomly go in there and just start digging around. What we're going to be doing is going in here, we're going to check and make sure the queen is released. We're going to see if there's any eggs present. After we see that, we're going to close it up and we're going to call it. First of all, we're going to put a couple of puffs of smoke in there. And over to the side. Not too much. Give them a few minutes. Now we're going to put our veil on. All right, we'll open this top up. The feeder's in here. We'll take that feeder cap off. We're going to put a couple of puffs of smoke down in here. Because now this is their hive, this is their home. They will defend this. When you're moving in here, you move slowly. there's no bees. All right, it's a little disappointing. We've gotten into this hive and they've absconded. They have just left the hive. The queen is out of the box. There is no live bees in this hive. They have swarmed. So probably immediately when the queen got out of the box, she took off and they swarmed. So this does happen with packages from time to time. This is the first time we've had it happen to us, but we know that it does happen. So be prepared for something like that and don't be too disappointed, because beekeeping can be full of disappointments. Just don't let it get you down. Learn from it and move on. All right, we're over to the second one. You can see bees coming in and out of this one. We were afraid on that first hive that may have happened because we didn't see any activity. But bees are coming in and out, so that's a really good sign. That's why you start out maybe with 2 packages, maybe even 3, because things are going to happen and you're going to lose bees. And if you got one and that had happened to you, you'd be out of the bee business until you could find another package or another source of bees. So, all right, again, a couple of puffs of smoke. All interest, they've got a hole up here. We're going to puff some in there. A little more. We're going to give it just a minute. Bees are starting to fly. Get about 10 or 15 seconds. Remember, move slowly. Always when you're coming to your beehive, don't get out in their flat path here in front. You want to get to the side. All right, we're removing the feeding super. I can hear the buzzing in there. We're gonna put a couple of puffs of smoke down in the top there where they're feeding from. All right, remember, move slowly. We're moving with a purpose. We're going to go in here and we're going to see if the queen is loose. Move as quietly as you can. Move as slowly as you can. Just like that bee right there. We have already mashed 1 bee, so bees are on the top here. Always inspect this lid, especially in the hot summers. The queen could be up here. Right now she's probably not, but it's always to make it a good habit. Check this lid and make sure the queen is not here. You don't want to just toss it on the ground and destroy your queen. All right, so we're going to set this down to the side here up front. They can find their way back in. All right, now this bee, I don't know if you can see it or not. It's got its butt in the air, spanning. That's the Nasinoff gland. Keep going until we get to something with some comb on it. Put them over instead of go right to the center where the comb is, so we've got room to get them out and won't mash any bees. So you see the way I'm using this hive tool. I'm putting it down in, I'm moving it sideways, and it's pushing that back. This next one has comb on it. I'm going to slowly put this in here, break the bees. I'm going to gently and slowly lift this up. You see they've already got comb built on this frame. So you try to grab this frame where you can see it. Grab it on the ends where there's no bees. We're going to tilt it up into the light. She's moving through there. Now we're going to kind of glance down in here and see if we can't find where the queen has laid some egg. I think she's going to try to lay an egg in one of these cells. If we can get that, that would be great. Oops, I scared her. I breathed on the on the bees there, and you see what they did. They kind of scattered. All right, now. Okay, what we're seeing here is the eggs the queen has laid. Kind of looks like a grain of translucent rice. The eggs, when they're first laid, the first day will stand straight up. And the second day they'll start to lean over. The third day they're going to be just about all the way over. So this queen has been out for a day or two. So that's what we're seeing here is the newly laid eggs. They're fixing to hatch into larvae shortly. You don't mash bees. Now you want to try to make sure bees are out of the way when you start pushing this together. Slide that over. Feed them, because that's how they produce wax. Feed them, they don't have to forage. Because they go through stages, and we'll talk about that a little later. But remember, the Nasonoff gland, that's when they were fanning, spreading that come here scent through there. Check, make sure that the queen is out. We're originally going to start our YouTube channel. It didn't work out then, but we're going to go ahead and bring you this first inspection of this hive and give you a little head start on it. We're going to be doing this again this year because we've got some more packages ordered. We've got some more bees we're going to be working with, so we're going to do this a second time. And between these two videos, you'll have a better understanding of your first inspection and installing a package. So keep an eye out for the other ones coming in the spring.